we go. I fixed it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason, my monitor was on, and I could hear myself talking. Not sure why that got turned on. OBS things or Multar things, you know. If you guys bet on me, you would have been right. But anyway, today we are back with Gold League. German Tactical Air Group taking on TAW Wolfpack. This is a battle for supremacy, to reign supreme in the Hornet Division. These guys are at the top, 1 and 2. Who's going to take it? Does German Tactical Air Group have it in them? Or does TAW Wolfpack have it to repeat as champions for last year? Obviously, this isn't a championship match, but, you know, winning and being the top seed, that's a big thing going into the SATAL or SATAC championship later this year. So I'm going to send you guys to the Supercut. It's a short one, Thrustmaster Supercut, done by Alpha Whiskey. And when we get back, it is going to be a Napa against Maycop, German Tactical Air Group, TAW Wolfpack, all NATO Smash Fest. No Tomcats today, all F-18s and 16s coming at you. Enjoy the Supercut. See you back here in just a minute. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Napa watching GTAG, German Tactical Air Group, take active here at the airfield. They've got at least 2 16s. I think they're 3 16s and an 18. And actually, TAW Wolfpack is the complete opposite of 3 18s and 1 16. So it's going to be interesting to see which aircraft reigns supreme. Is the volumes okay for everybody? I know we're going back into music here. I have turned up. Make sure the volumes are going. That doesn't look like it's going. You guys can't hear anything, can you? Are you guys able to hear the game? I don't see it going. Game, what are you doing? Boop. No game sound. Check this. Nope, that's working. We got a little bit why these guys taxi. I'm trying to figure out why game volume isn't working. I think I know why. I think I know why. Let's try a 5. How did this get all screwed up? You should be... There we go. I don't know how that got all messed up, but I think I fixed it. Yes. So is this too loud? Is it too quiet? What's the deal? I don't have it turned up very loud. I mean, it's medium volume, I guess we could say. What do you guys think? You guys like the game volume? There's always DCS gremlins. I don't know what the deal is. Seems a bit choppy. What's choppy? These guys should be just getting ready to roll. There they go. German Tactical Air Group is taking off. I've turned the game volume down a smidge, so that should be a little bit better. Just saw Papa Saber, or Papa. I'm just going to roll with Papa because I have no idea how to say his name. Leading the way for German Tactical Air Group. He is followed by Arai, and then Gozer the Gozerian, and Right Stuff. So again, these guys are in 3 16s and a singleton 18. Night Stuff's in that 18. Meanwhile, flipping over to TAW. TAW is represented by TAW, Takano, Impact in 218, Spectrum in another 18, and then Bad Lego in a singleton 16. So opposites here, right? Sobear, thank you, Don. Sobear. I'm just going to call him Papa because I will invariably fuck it up. So we're just going to rock with so bare so that I don't continually screw things up. But I'm going to shut up, and we're going to go back to the classic SATAL maneuver. I'm going to get rid of my face. We're going to listen to these guys depart. Turn up the music and enjoy jet sounds. Bring things back down just a smidge. There we go. So we're not blowing everybody's ears out. But how is everybody doing this fine morning? I changed the cameras again. We now have 2 full eye candy processors, or cameras, if you will. We went back to being able to have a tri-camera view. There's 1 camera that's running at 720p, 2 running at 1080p. The 1080p ones have all the goodness and all the nice stuff on, so hopefully we can get some nice stuff, some nice shots. But I heard you guys. You guys said less is more, quality over quantity, and here we are. We tried the first-person cameras, and they're great, but they just don't offer everything that we want, right? You can't see a lot of what's going on. It just... Plus, they're a pain in the ass to deal with. I'm making excuses. I just frankly don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it because it's a pain in the ass. They don't work. They fuck up the tracks being together and all this other stuff. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So we're rolling with 3. We got TAC view going. My brain feels like it's going to explode when I'm running, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 cameras. And it just looks like dog poo. We're all adults here. It looks like dog shit. It's terrible. And I don't like terrible. But these guys are coming together. They are 36 miles apart. Let's check out TAC view. Here we are. So they're 36 miles apart. Missile should be coming off here soon. Spectrum dropping the tier 1 sub, 4 months. TAW Hype. Gordo B gave 5 gifted subs to Banana Symphony, Sky Psych, Starry Fox 9, and Queen of Noobs. What does it mean to be a Queen of Noobs? Are you like the grandest of noobs? Or is that the king of noobs? I mean, what does it mean? What does the Queen of Noobs mean? Enlighten me. Mad Bang Onion Ring gifts a sub to Monk. Oh, they're continuing the gifted sub train they got from Monk. Who did that go to? I don't know who that went to. It doesn't say. But thank you very much. Much appreciated. Means I am the best skilled noob out there, but still a noob. Okay, fair enough. 120s are off from Right Stuff and Gozer the Gozerian. That just reminds me of Ghostbusters right there. Impact's going to have to defend. Impact is indeed defending. Let's change this. And actually, I like the... Not that. That is terrible. Let's check on what Impact is doing. Impact is now defending. He needs volume on his jet. Impact is now defending. Where is that missile? Somewhere that I don't see. He's defending it. It should be behind him. It's probably way above him. I just flat out don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. Takano now defending. Sorry, guys, having to fix something. You guys are used to me fixing. Takano's now got a missile coming in on him. He is over. Oh, I thought he was over Mach 1, but he's not. Still got 2 tanks on. He is defending an incoming threat. Turn the overlay back on. There it is. So he's defending an incoming threat. He's going to get away from that one okay. No problem. Back to TAC view. See what they've got coming their way. Nothing. I have not seen a missile come off from TAW yet. Very disciplined. They're waiting for the late game. Nothing has been unleashed from their side. Patience, 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 which I like. We've seen so many teams get their asses kicked late in the game because they can't keep it in their pants. They whip it out, and they're showing it to everybody, and then they get beat up at the very end because everybody's seen it before. It's not a surprise to anybody. You gotta keep it in your pants, keep it a surprise until later so that you can whip people in the face with it. So Bad Lego and Spectrum now coming in against Arai. Arai's got to be careful. Arai is getting in here a little bit deep, and he is isolated. Arai, that is not what I wanted. Arai is separated by 7 miles from the rest of his team, and he's wisely turning around. Reminder that this is a battle for top spot in Hornet Division. Okay? So, a lot on the line here. Moltar, bro, dude. Things get a little iffy here. If you're not okay talking about penises in the morning, this may not be the stream for you. They get beat up because they're too short. You know, it's more about how you use it, you know? Size doesn't matter. I mean, look at it. If you get hit by an AIM-9, odds are you're probably going to die. So if you get hit by the small penis, as comparison to the telephone pole, you know, you're probably still going to die. The outcome is going to be the same as long as you utilize it correctly. That's all that matters. Utilization is key. All right, zoom out a little. There you go. I zoomed out. GTAG Right Stuff and Gozer the Gozerian have launched 120 at TAW Takano. Takano is again defending. He's got a missile. He is full cold. Just saw Impact unleash one. Impact shot one. That came from the north on, I think that's on the Right Stuff. Right Stuff. Does he have the Right Stuff? So here is Right Stuff. Right Stuff is now defending, breaking away from that incoming threat as he's probably getting the missile warning. He's got a center line tank. This is not a big mission area. So, dual or tri tanks, not a necessity. Center lines can definitely rock and roll. Is the AIM-54 the telephone pole? Indeed it is. So the battle lines have been established. North to south engagement. It is, Maycop against Anapa. So north to south lines are going to be drawn, and they have been drawn. Papa Sober launches a 120 onto Bad Lego from a decent distance. That's from 15 miles or so. And Bad Lego is now defending that incoming threat. Bad Lego is here. Bad Lego in his F-16. He's got the pod on to get some more SA. See him when people launch. He still has 5 120s remaining on his wings. Just saw Takano jettison those tanks. There they go, falling away from his aircraft. He still has all of his 120s. So I like the missile savings from TAW. I like the missile savings from TAW. 120 coming from Impact. That's the second one. It's coming on Papa Saber. Pause. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything. We got to jump to Papa Saber to make sure we're not going to miss him taking it in the dome. So here is Papa Saber. Where is that missile? Where are you? Where are you? Are you at the same altitude? 3,000 feet, 8,000 feet? No, it's on Gozer. All right, so Gozer is running away from this threat. It's 2.5 miles behind him. He's going to be A-okay. Play again. Boop. All right, so there we go. We are playing. Sorry, guys. Just wanted to make sure we didn't miss something happening there. Now we've got down here to the south. TAW Spectrum has launched a 120 on Arai. Arai is trying to make that missile go awry. Full gate running away. Takano, meanwhile, has just launched a missile. There it goes. Taking off towards, I don't know who that's going on, but everybody's doing a great job of defending so far. Nothing has gotten too horrifically close, though I do like the lines that TAW has created here. They've got like almost this concave going on. Impact up to the north, Takano and Bad Lego in the central, and Spectrum down to the south. So let's pause it and take a look at this. So we've got this line having been drawn. Let's get rid of the cameras here. This line having been drawn for TAW, and then you've got German Tactical Air Group, or GTAG, much closer together. They're almost in a ball. So if TAW is able to surround German Tactical Air Group in this concave, oh boy, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, and GTAG will be the fish. So if this continues, and German Tactical Air Group, even though they're closer and can provide mutual support quicker, having to defend from multiple directions and saying that TAW isn't that spread out. They're 9 miles. I'd like maybe them to be a little bit closer, but the ability to provide mutual support from 9 miles is not nigh. It's definitely a possibility. So German Tactical Air Group's TAW's positioning, in my opinion, is much better than German Tactical Air Group. German Tactical Air Group needs to break out of this centralized area, or they are going to be in for a world of pain. And I think it is going to start from Impact with how close he is. So we'll have to see how this continues, but German Tactical Air Group needs to get out of this situation. They need to try and make something happen, get out of this, or they're in for it. All right, continue. Bring the cameras back up. There you go. Are they going to be able to get away from this? Gozer now recommitting against possibly Bad Lego or TAW Spectrum. Arai back in against Takano. So Bad Lego and Takano are leading the way for TAW, while Arai and Gozer are leading the way for German Tactical Air Group. Here is Arai coming in against Takano. Just saw Spectrum on another camera dump his tanks. 120 off from Arai onto Takano. Oh, nope, it's on Bad Lego. They are exchanging, and now we've got Gozer and Spectrum down to the south exchanging missiles. Here's Spectrum. Did he just launch a 120? Right, there it is, 3 miles away from his aircraft, coming in onto Gozer. Gozer's defending. No issues there so far. Looks like both of those guys are going to be A-okay. Bad Lego defending aggressively against that 120. And now we've got 2 hot contacts for German Tactical Air Group and 2 hot for TAW. Tucano coming in from the north on Papa. Impact coming in from the north on Arai. There's an exchange coming. Now, the exchange that needs to be watched, I think, is going to be Papa Sobear against Spectrum. Missile coming off from Spectrum onto Papa Sobear. Papa Sobear needs to defend. He needs to defend aggressively. It's coming from low to high, but he's diving into this missile. This is not something you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, he's solving all of the math equations for the missile, and Papa Sobear goes down. He is the latest casualty, ninja fodder, falling into the Georgian countryside. Oh dear, oh my. Papa Sobear gets taken down, and he made the mistake of defending from high to low against a missile fired from low to high, and just made it oh so easy for that missile to come up and get him. I don't think he punched out either. He's a captain going down with the ship, Adastros. That's just what's going on. So Papa Sobear, he's on fire, and he's missing a wing. This is bad. His plane, I don't know if you guys you know this, but you don't fly well without a wing. Nope. So what happened here? What happened? Let's back up. So here is Papa. There is Spectrum, 9 miles away. Spectrum recommits aggressively. Reminder, they do have AWACS in this situation. Recommits aggressively against the 2-ship. 9 miles away. They're both low. Papa's actually medium to low, but Spectrum, I guess, recognizes that he can turn in, be aggressive here. Launches 6 miles. Papa doesn't launch. Immediately defends. However, his downfall is that he's above the missile, and he doesn't split S. His only way out of this, guys, is to split S or do a shallow oblique and be fast. But I don't think he's fast enough to be able to do that. He needed to split S and try and drive this into the ground. That's his only way out. But instead, he does like this half-hearted oblique. He's not fast enough to drive this into the ground, really, or run it out of energy, and the thing reaches out. Oh, that's not good. I didn't realize he did that. He actually recommitted into the missile. Maybe he was trying to notch this, but if he wanted to notch it, he needed to go straight down, right, and try and get it into the vertical notch. Get as low as possible. But the missile is, again, launched from low to high, so his ability to notch is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So we needed to try and out-energy this, but he I don't know what he did. He panicked at the last moment, and Spectrum ate him. And that's the first casualty of this matchup. TAW takes it. The first one. They're up 4-3 over GTAG. Let's continue. All right. So again, I really like the positioning from TAW here. Not sure who that missile's on. Looks like it's on the wreck. Spectrum put another one out on that wreck, so a little bit of a waste. A little bit of a waste. Oh, nope. Camera. There we go. That's what I wanted. And these guys are now committing again. Gozer trying to get a flank on, it looks like, down here to the south against Spectrum or Tucano. Right Stuff and Arai coming up against Impact. Bad Lego looks like he's thinking about going hot. Thinking about going hot. Indeed, he is going hot with Impact. So an 18, 2 18s and 3 16s coming into this incursion. But Arai needs to be careful. Arai needs to be very careful as Right Stuff is breaking away. He's coming into trail here, and we just saw Bad Lego launch a 120 onto Arai. Arai has not responded. There is nothing coming from Arai, and Arai now is defending, but I think it's too late. Where's that missile? I think it's far too late to be able to get away from this, and there it is. And he succumbs to the same fate that took down his compadre, Papa. And he is now the second flaming wreck flying into the ground. Ground continues to be undefeated. And Gozer at the same time succumbed. No, Gozer's still down here. He hasn't succumbed to anything. So Arai gets taken down. It's now 2v4. What happened there? Backing up. What happened? It's the same thing. Well, kind of. Bad Lego is just in a much better shooting position than Arai. Coming in from 21,000 feet, he's managed his altitude very, very well. Over Mach 1, launches on Arai. Arai's just out for a Sunday cruise. Just puttering along. Doo-doo-doo. And 4,000 feet, doesn't recognize the missile is a threat to him until it's just under 4 miles away. Then he starts to defend, but at that point, you're a lost cause, brother. You're not getting away from that. You got to try and notch it. Trust the notch. But he flies. Well, he tries. He tries. He's trying there. He tries as hard as he might, but doesn't try hard enough. And the missile, the bully that it is, just beats him up behind the playground. And Arai is the second casualty here of round one, leaving Right Stuff and Gozer to try and fend for themselves against the four-ship, the bullies that they have become, TAW Wolfpack, being led by Bad Lego. Bad Lego. The thing you don't want to step on in the dark. Your kids' Legos. It's just, God, that sucks. Middle of the night, you're going in the kitchen to get something to drink, step on that damn fucking Lego, and then you scream and your wife thinks you're getting murdered in the living room. Ugh. Dogs start barking, and it's just the worst thing ever. Bad Lego, I hate your fucking name just because it reminds me of horrible nightmares that I have waking up, stepping on Legos. Just terrible. Terrible! But look at the positioning. Right Stuff and Gozer. They are separated by like 20 miles, 12 miles. 20 miles was a little bit of an over-exaggeration. 12 miles. Mutual support. Non-existent. Takano smells Gozer. He's like, he's the male lion smelling Gozer in heat. That's probably a horrible analogy, but that's what we're going with. He smells it, and he's coming for it. I'm shaking my head because that's terrible. I don't know why I said that, but that's what we're going for. And Gozer's running. Takano, 5,000 feet. Gozer, 1,000 feet. Takano's a little bit slower. He's down 0.2 Mach. And then Right Stuff, he better bring out the loop because the gangbang may be coming for him as the 3-ship from TAW may be right around the corner. All right, so we're going to put Right Stuff on one of these cameras, and we're going to go split screen. So Right Stuff is going to be on the left, and we're going to put Takano on the right. I just passed Takano. I passed him again. There's Takano. All right. So Right Stuff is on the left. Takano is on the right. I'm going to try and give you guys a decent view in TAC view. There we go, so we can see everything and what's going on here. Here we go. All right, so Takano, he's got a nostril full, trying to chase down Gozer. Up to the north, Right Stuff. The gangbang is incoming. Impact, I think, is going to lead the way there. He's hot against Right Stuff. Gozer looking to recommit. Gozer is now, and I don't want to be on Takano. I want to be on Gozer. There we go. Gozer is recommitting against Takano. Takano puts a 120 out on the Gozer. We're going to go to Gozer because he's going to have to do something against this 120. It just comes off its boost stage over a mile away. Gozer, you are not going to out-energy this. Trust the notch. No! And Gozer takes one up the behind. Unlubricated insertion, and Gozer goes down. Leaving Right Stuff. The only one left. Does he have what it takes? Does he have the stuff in the tank to be able to come back? Does he have any 120s left? He has no 120s. He just has the two AIM-9s. He launches a 120 onto somebody. Looks like it's on Spectrum. Right Stuff being pursued by Bad Lego and Impact. Oh dear! I didn't even see that! And he gets hammered out of nowhere. The unsuspected, unseen facial is not something that you want to happen. And that's exactly what happened to Right Stuff. He took it. And he succumbed to it. I didn't even see that missile. Came out of nowhere. Ballistic superiority. Oh, Jaster says ballistic suppository. Oh my God, that's a new emote. Ballistic suppository. Oh, that needs to happen. Oh my God, yes. Jester, yes. The ballistic enema. It must happen. Just a missile An enema with flames coming out of the back and fins and stuff on it. Oh yes. That needs to happen. That is a thing. Will that violate Twitch in any way? Will Twitch be mad at me for something like that? I don't know, but that needs to happen. So, what happened in those last 2 kills? Go to attack view. What happened? Well, bad things happen. That's for sure. So Gozer, let's start down here with him. He recommits into this. How far is Takano? You can't do this, guys. You can't do this. You cannot try and recommit into a bandit 5 miles behind you. Missile with the douchebag. I don't think Twitch would let that one fly. I don't think that would happen, but maybe a suppository. We may be able to get away from that. Get away with that. But you guys, you can't do this. You cannot recommit into an already hot contact here. You're gonna die unless you trust your notch to the point that you can get in, make him shoot everything, and then fight him at the merge. That's the only thing you can do here. You got to go into the notch all of it. Everything must be notched. Then you fight him at the merge. The merge. It's the only thing you can do. Gozer tries to recommit. His piddle pack must be a bit full, or have gotten full as he breaks away here after pissing his pants. Gozer, I'd piss my pants too. You know, he panics. 120 gets unleashed from Takano. Takano immediately starts to defend against a possible incoming threat that he doesn't see. And Gozer takes the missile suppository, the ballistic suppository, right up the reheated rectum and gets taken down. Meanwhile, up here to the north, Right Stuff does the same thing, though he's got a bit more space. So his recommit, he recommits away from the close contact. Not bad. Not bad there. Recommits. Is it this missile that gets him? No way. Okay, no, it's not. I was like, no. It's this missile that gets him. So Spectrum from 7 miles. These are great shots. Mach 0.9. See how Spectrum is defending even though he doesn't have a threat coming in on him? That's what you got. You got to think ahead of your airplane. Try and defeat things that may not even be there, because the times that you think that there's not a threat and you don't do anything, those are the times you're going to get hammered the back alley behind McDonald's, okay? They're going to steal all of your chicken nuggets. You're going to be left bloodied and beaten on the ground with things dripping out of orifices you didn't know was possible, all right? You got to defend even though you think nothing's coming. And that's exactly what Spectrum does. He launches, defends. He's already in a great defensive position against this 120. Great job by Spectrum. Actually, Right Stuff does a decent job of getting into a defensive position. He just doesn't notch perfectly. And against Charlie variants, you got to notch better than this. He trusts the notch, but you got to put it right on your 9 line. You got to do it. Got to do it. And this is like, that is 5 o'clock. Not going to notch there. No countermeasures coming off from his aircraft. And he takes one in the bunghole. Turns right into it. And it finds its mark. And it shocked me when it hit him because I didn't even see that thing coming. But TAW, 4 pilots remaining in the ransacking that they just put on German Tactical Air Group. Are they going to have to RTB? I don't know, but we're going to see. So they are RTB right now. Right along with Takano. Put somebody else up here. There's Spectrum. And we'll put a third guy up. Spectrum and Bad Lego. And we will go to Tri-Boot. There we go. And we will ride home with the TAW victors of round 1 as long as they're able to make it back. But this is not a big mission location, ladies and gentlemen. This is not big at all. They don't have far to go back to Maycop. We're pretty zoomed in here. They were actually fighting heavily on German Tactical Air Group's side of Bullseye. I mean, German Tactical Air Group was on the verge of getting pushed out of the bubble. That is rough. That is very rough. TAW brought the sledgehammer to the knife fight, right? Maybe the sword to the knife fight. And just pushed GTAG to the limit. Didn't lose anybody. Had him pressed up against the wall and just smashed him in the face. Man. What a great showing by TAW. Boring song. But they got to make it back to Maycop. Don't anticipate that being a problem. Let's fast forward here. There we go. I'm going to turn down the volume just a bit. There we go. As these guys RTB. But what'd you guys think? I enjoy letting myself loose, getting a little more lewd. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. I know it's not the greatest place for children, but, you know, if you got children and they're watching this stream, they're going to learn about this stuff sometime, somewhere. So what better time than to learn about it from me? I mean, what better time is there? I'm happy to explain things to your little one if you'd like me to, though it'd probably be better to come from you. But, you know, Moltar, sex education. You didn't know that's what you were coming here for. Sorry, we won't go down that route. Anyway, I mean, missiles are phallic, so why not? Are we really going down the line of missiles are a phallic object? Schmitty, do missiles remind you of penises? Is this... I have never once in my life thought about seeing a missile in-game and thought, man, that looks a lot like a penis. I've never thought that. So, Schmitty, is there something that, you know, maybe you want to talk about today? I got nothing against how you roll, you know, which side of the line you fall on or whatever. However you want to go. I don't care. It's an interesting comment that you bring up there. Repress memories. Okay. All right. Queen of Noobs says missiles are a cum shot. Well, I guess we could look at it that way. I don't think I could do an emote for that, though. I don't think Twitch would let that one go. They'd probably be a little bit upset of me if I had that go. I mean, maybe we could do what's the vegetable that everybody uses to represent a penis? Which one's that? The zucchini? Eggplant. Eggplant, thank you. All right. I mean, we could do some sort of eggplant. Cucumber? It's not a cucumber. And Schmitty, a salami is not even a vegetable. What is wrong with you? I ask what vegetable it is, and Schmitty comes out salami. I'm sorry, Schmitty. You got me laughing here. You got me laughing. Dominator and eggplant with milk coming out of it. Yeah. What can we do with missiles? Maybe with the radar beams? Somehow, like an active missile with radar homing going on? Something like that. Something like that. Anyway. What a round one. What a showing. What a showing by TAW. Mike says, in League of Legends, there's a champion that shoots a white web into the air and it splats on the ground. No, they don't. That doesn't happen, Mike. Does it really? Because that's hilarious if that's really a thing. We need to turn that into DCS meta with something going on where everybody's just like, come shot! Come shot! When they see it on stream. Can we do that somehow? Somebody come up with a way for that to be a meta in DCS. What weapon could that be? I don't know what it would be. What even symbolizes it? I don't even know. Somebody come up with something. Something. We're going to make something. The JTAM? Flares? Maybe. Come up with something, guys. We gotta metarize some of this stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna send you guys back to the Supercut. I'm gonna get round two ready to go. And I'm not gonna lie, I really like this less is more thing with the cameras because it allows me to not overload my brain. You know, I don't have to utilize camera 3 as much. I just got 2 cameras in front of me. It seems to be working. M61 Vulcan with just a 6. Oh my, I can only imagine the emote that would come from that. Can you imagine me asking an artist, hey, I want an M61 Vulcan Gatling gun, but instead of bullets, it's got to shoot jizz. I want to see the artist's face when I ask for an emote like that. They probably do get weirder requests, but I mean, if it makes a living, what can you do? So anyway, I'm going to send you guys back to the Supercut. We will be back with round 2 action. German Tactical Air Group against TAW. TAW is up 1-0 in a stunning obliteration of German Tactical Air Group. German Tactical Air Group got stuck in a ball, and they got shoved somewhere that, you guys can use your imagination. So round 2 coming at you in just a minute. You guys are more than welcome to post links, as long as you're, not, yeah, whatever. Anyway, we got a little bit off tangent there with the cum-spitting Vulcan M61 Gatling gun and stuff. So let's try and reel it back in. Make it, if we're going to make lewd remarks, let's at least make them about DCS. I think Navy Doc is probably right. So, anyway, TAW's got the upper hand here. They put a pounding on German Tactical Air Group. 4-0 in the kill count for TAW. That is rough. That is very, very rough. Waiting for these guys to take off. That's very rough. So let me catch up on chat. Dominator says Thrustmaster's the perfect sponsor. Indeed they are. When I was with them at PAX East, everybody wanted their hat because it said Thrustmaster. I don't think they cared that it was, because most of them didn't have anything to do with the aviation community or racing. They just liked that it said Thrustmaster. So I thought that was hilarious. But whatever gets your name out there. Whatever gets your name out there. Yeah, Queen of Noob, no Pornhub links. Unless it's a special viewing of Lord of the Rings or something. I think it's hilarious that people will post things on Pornhub that they can't on YouTube just because Pornhub is more lenient. Can you imagine if everybody abandoned YouTube and just went to Pornhub and you'd have to go to Pornhub for your daily video fix, but it was just normal videos and not porn? All right, off that. What does German Tactical Air Group need to do to fix this round? In my opinion, they have got to get out of the ball. They got plastered all over the ground because they got stuck in this little ball and then surrounded by TAW. And when you get surrounded like that, you have nowhere to go except one direction. And then when that one direction is up against a wall, right? In this case, the bubble edge, you're screwed. You're just going to get shot. In my analogy, what I said earlier about fish in a barrel, that's exactly what happened. They got squished into this ball and then ramrodded because they weren't separated enough to create opportune scenarios that they could fight on against TAW, in my opinion. And they need to find a way to break out of that small little space and create at least 50-50 scenarios. At least 50-50 scenarios. If they're not able to do that, I think we're going to see a repeat of round 1. Arai and Papa now departing here for German Tactical Air Group, leaving 2 guys back behind for German Tactical Air Group. I'm going to crank up the volumes here again, ladies and gentlemen. Missile music's coming up. Let's enjoy this little short ingress. And I will be back with the commentary. TAW taking on German Tactical Air Group. TAW is up 1-0 in this best of 3. Bring this down to a little bit more manageable level. Get to the TAC view, see what's going on. German tactical air group's right stuff and Gozer, the Gozerian are now full cold. Looks like they're coming back up in a trail formation to form a box. Meanwhile, TAW, Bad Lego, and Spectrum are leading the way for TAW, the Art of Warfare Wolfpack, and TAW, Takano, and Impact are in trail. They too are in a box. We'll have to see if they utilize this in order to have a hot, always hot component to their formations, or if they are going to be wholly aggressive and push right down the throats of German tactical air group. Who's going to be more aggressive here? Who is going to be more aggressive? It honestly looked like TAW is at this point. Everyone from German tactical air group is now cold. Well, the lead ships are now cold. Papa and Arai are now cold. Gozer and Right Stuff have continued the commitment to be the hot contacts. Like to make sure they stay in a box. Spectrum and Bad Lego are trying to, looks like, get the flank on. Coming up here to the north of Bullseye. Boring song. And Takano and Impact are just coming straight in. Straight in. One thing I've noticed from all the F-16s in this match is there hasn't been a heavy utilization of airspeed. Boring song. Come on, man. Give me a good one. There we go. 120 coming off from Right Stuff. I heard it go as it broke through the sound barrier. Where'd it go? Oh, there it goes. 3 miles away. He was the trailing contact, or the trailing wingman for German tactical air group. So interesting that he launched it, maybe just to push somebody off. But that missile came from, how far away did that missile come from? That came from like 30 miles. And Bad Lego isn't very high, and neither is Right Stuff. So kind of a wasted munition there in my point of view. I'd love to hear their comms too at Dastros, but a lot of them don't want that. A lot of them don't want people to hear their comms, which I understand. I get it. I get it. So Right Stuff put that 120 out. It was the only missile that's been launched so far, and Bad Lego's just carrying it north. Look at this line, this wall formation that is coming to fruition from TAW. And I'm worried that German tactical air group's going to find themselves in this ball that they found themselves in round one, and it's going to lead to their demise. Really worried about that right now. Really worried about how that's going to come about. If they don't spread out and be a little bit more aggressive, things could be over very, very quickly for them. Spectrum here in the middle, thinking about possibly turning away. Takano and Impact coming in from the south, Bad Lego coming in from the north. TAW is being very aggressive in this round two, which is not something we see a lot out of teams that are up around. They have a tendency to fly a little more passive, but TAW is being very aggressive. I almost put it on TAW as their hallmark is aggression. They don't like to turn around. Takano and Impact now coming in a 2v1 against Arai. Get Arai. Here's Arai coming in here, camera 3. So not the best looking, but there goes the 120 from Arai. Looks like that's going to be on... I can't tell. I think it's on Impact, on Takano. He is defending an incoming threat. Think he's going to be able to out-energy it. Still 2 miles away, 1.5 miles. Coming up on 1 mile now. Great job of out-energying out. Needs to jettison his center tank. I don't like that he's still got all of his tanks on. That's a little worrisome. But he's doing okay. Doing okay. That missile is trashed. Papa now coming in against Impact. Launches a missile. Let me see if I can grab that one. Here's the missile coming in against Impact. Is it going to be able to reach out and touch him? No, I think Impact's got more than enough smash on his jet, and he may actually just drive this into the ground. It's still descending. Is it going to have the energy needed to be able to pull up? No, that thing is dead. That thing flies straight into the ground. Great defensive maneuvering by Impact. And then up here to the north, we have Spectrum launching a missile onto Right Stuff. Right Stuff responds with a missile of his own. Gozer now hot, trying to bring the fight against Spectrum and Bad Lego. He turns around. I guess that missile was actually on him. Gozer is now defending. Here's Gozer. Gozer defending now. He has 3 tanks on. Get rid of your tanks! Get rid of them! Needs to get rid of his tanks. He's just taking around and carting around unneeded drag, unwanted drag. As soon as they're empty, ladies and gentlemen, gotta get rid of them. But the wing tanks are better than the center line? Oh, he changed the fuel flow order. Okay. Well, I take back what I said. I'm sorry. Changed the fuel flow order. Okay. We'll go with that. Impact got a 120. Did a great job driving that one in the ground. Sorry, go back to the TAC view so you guys can see everything. Don't care about this missile. Get rid of that. There we go. Right Stuff's got that center line on. 120 launch from Impact onto Papa Sober, and Arai defending that 120 that came from the north, and it's got another one coming in from Takano. Takano puts that 120 out. That was from 7 miles. Defends early from Arai. Great job. Impact's notching this. Let's pause this. No. Impact doing a great job of driving these missiles into the ground. Impact, time and time again, doing a great job of defending. Now he's got this 120. Is he in trouble? Is Impact in trouble? No! Notches that one. Oh, and Gozer gets taken down. Gozer is gone. What happened? Gozer, no! Gets plowed by an incoming threat by Bad Lego. Back up. TAC view. Sorry, we missed that. What happened? What happened? What did I miss? We actually missed a couple things. We missed a couple things. No! Moltar, you suck! Okay, so Bad Lego launches this 120. This comes in from 6 miles. Bad Lego is at 20,000 feet. Gozer 10,000 feet. Gozer just waits too long. Bad Lego's in a much better launching position than Gozer. He just waits too long. Gozer just, doesn't try and do anything. Doesn't trust the notch. Doesn't try the out energy maneuver. And the missile's got his name written all over it. Takes him to the ground. New ground destroyed technology for North Korea, but that's about all they can get. And then meanwhile, Papa Sober gets demolished down here to the south. Look at how close these guys get. Impact notches that missile, the first one launches one off of a defensive in-swinging maneuver. Impact is showing people how it's done. Immediately defense goes back into the notch. Great shot. And Papa Sober, instead of defending away from that incoming threat, turns into it and dies because of it. And then Impact, we got to jump to him. Impact, that missile, is he going to be able to notch it? There it is, 0.7 miles away. 0.7 miles away. He's in a pretty good notching position, dumping those countermeasures. Is he going to be able to get away from it? Oh, we can see the missiles still under power. This is going to be a rough one. Has he got it in him? Yes! Great notch by Impact. Great defensive flying. Impact showing everybody how it's done. Then puts a 120 out. Who's that on? That's on Arai. Pause that again so we don't miss anything. I'm going to jump to Arai's aircraft because that's going to be a dangerous one coming in there. Here's Arai, and that missile is 1.5 miles away. Jumping over to him. Play. Is he going to be able to get away from this? I think he's going to be able to drive it into the ground. Woo! Oh, Arai gets hit. So Arai, Impact goes bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Pump fist for the win. And Arai gets taken down. Impact showing everybody how it's done and that Chads have the advantage. Chads have the advantage. They've got what it takes. They're here for your woman. And Impact is here for your blood. Takes down Arai. And just like that, 3 casualties. Count them, 3 casualties for German Tactical Air Group in under 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Gozer, Papa and Arai have gone down for German Tactical Air Group. Right Stuff again, all by himself. Does he have the right stuff now to be able to make something happen? I don't know. He's got lots of weapons left. Lots of weapons. He should still have a decent amount of fuel. He's got Bad Lego and Spectrum coming in on him. Is he going to be able to make something happen? Let's hit play and find out. Here we go. Bad Lego waiting. Going to split screen. Right Stuff is launched onto Bad Lego. Bad Lego is not fired yet, recognizing that he still has a bit of time. Launches now 7 miles from 15,000 feet. Immediately split S's. His defensive maneuver is much more aggressive than Right Stuff, and Right Stuff actually doesn't defend and launches on somebody else and gets hammered by Bad Lego's 120. Right Stuff did not have the right stuff. He had the wrong stuff. Waited to try and launch a missile on Spectrum. It didn't track, and he takes one to the dome, and then actually takes a second one from Spectrum, and he is Ninja Squirrel fodder as he falls to his doom. And that concludes this, as long as TAW is able to make it back to Anapa, which I think they will, because this match was short. But TAW rock and rolls all over the face of German Tactical Air Group. Shows them how it's done, not taking a single casualty. Not a one. Not a one. And they get taken down. TAW showing their dominance yet again. RTB now. Back to Anapa. But guys, no, they're actually not going to make him RTB. Damn. What a match, and what a quick round of events that turned out to be. Judging by the viewing numbers, I guess you guys are enjoying the little more Lewid stream and Moltar being a little more off the hinges, and maybe the better camera angles and the more eye candy that has happened with the 1080p cameras and everything being turned on, including MSAA. But damn, TAW showing us how it's done. They really want to repeat. No deaths. Exactly, Mike Lansing. No deaths from TAW. 8 kills, 8 deaths from German Tactical Air Group, and a big old goose egg for them with kills. Zelamix smash match. That's a good way to put it. They bent over, and they took the ballistic enema repeatedly. It is unfortunate. But guys, that's the end of the round. I am not going to stream tomorrow because we are getting caught up with all of the matches, and we are going to wait until Monday. All right, so we're not streaming tomorrow. We're getting caught up. We've got a few more left. We've probably got like 10 matches left, something like that. So we got a few weeks to go. I'm going to try and space these out. But we're not going to be back until Monday, so just a heads up. And that match, I'm not sure who's going to be flying yet. Alpha and I have to work it out, but great showcase by TAW. German Tactical Air Group, I think their opening position and their unwillingness to prosecute and TAW's determination and commitment to aggression led to that lopsided victory for the Art of Warfare. Great job by them. Unlucky for German Tactical Air Group, in all honesty. So, guys, I will see you all Monday, 1600 Zulu. We do not know who's flying yet, but that is going to be the next Virtual Skies match here on SATAL 2020. As always, thank you for tuning in. Stay safe in those virtual skies, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.